Big Ten title game, Penn State, Oregon. Has anyone seen the spread on this game? Oregon's a 3.5 point favorite.
4, yeah, 3.5, 4.
What am I missing there?
Wait, you think it should be bigger?
Yeah.
No, Penn State matches up very well with
Oh,
Oregon.
I don't want to hear it from you.
Very well.
Go ahead, Adam.
Penn State's going to win this game. Penn State's going to beat Oregon. This is the time, finally, Penn State and James Franklin win the big one. The tides turn here. We're rounding the corner. It's a new era at Penn State. Penn State wins the big game. I think Penn State matches up better with Oregon than they do Ohio State. Just with the physicality Penn State has on defense. Oregon has not seen a pass rusher like Abdul Carter yet this season. Probably one of the best in the Big Ten, best in the country. So I think that's going to be a factor in this game. I think the path for Penn State winning is they have to avoid their continuous slow starts that they have every week. You can't go down 10-0 like you do against Minnesota and come back in the game. So there's going to be a bunch of energy in the building in Indy. Penn State needs to start fast and establish that they are there to win the Big Ten. And I think if they do, I really like their chances to win. Oregon has not seen a player like Abdul Carter. And Nick Singleton is playing really well right now. 4 touchdowns, Penn State's running back, 4 touchdowns the last 3 games. Penn State running the football will be a big factor in this game. And we've seen defenses stop Oregon's offense. I mean, look at what Wisconsin did. Penn State and Wisconsin run very similar defenses. So I think Penn State has a kind of remarkable defensive performance, and Penn State wins this game 27-20.
What do you think, Fitz?
Oh, 27. Okay. Like Abdul Carter, by the way, was on my list of things to talk about because I honestly think as much as we're obsessed with quarterbacks, this game comes down to whichever pass rush gets home because Oregon can get after the quarterback also, right? So then what you're talking about is which quarterback is going to be more phased by it. To me, the path for Penn State here is, Aller's got to limit his mistakes in that. He's got to do a really good job of figuring out where Abdul is coming from and where the blitz is coming from when it comes. And then he's got to find Tyler Warren quickly and often, right? Like Warren just feels like he is poised to have a big game. On the other side, when we know if you're Dylan Gabriel, you're going to have to figure out, Dylan Gabriel's going to have to figure out where Abdul Carter's from. That's what I meant. But Dylan Gabriel's going to have to figure out when Carter comes at him, when to use his legs and when to just let a play go, right? Like, because early in the season, one thing Dylan Gabriel did that really made me uncomfortable was, frankly, he threw a lot of 50-50 balls. He's taken that back. He's been really good the last half of the season. But, man, if he starts to get hit too much, starts throwing 50-50 balls, that would make me nervous as all get out. So, like, I think whichever pass rush disrupts the quarterback actually wins this game. But, yeah, I have this as a close win. I have Oregon going at this. Sorry, Adam. But, like, I mean, 24-21 feels like that. But this feels like an ugly football game where two teams are just going to beat the snot out of each other and two defensive lines are going to try and just crush the other side.
I think to your point, Fitz, to add on there, the other factor in this game, you mentioned the pass rush. I think Penn State has the better secondary in this game. The way Penn State secondary is playing, Jalen Reed is playing at an all Big Ten level. Zakee Wheatley is playing really well. Kimber, their corner, is playing really well. So I think Penn State will be able to get home. And I also think they have the secondary now. Tom Allen, their D coordinator, has the secondary to bring pressure and affect Dylan Gabriel and hold up on the back end. So I like how Penn State matches up in this game. And I didn't like how he matched up against Ohio State. I thought Ohio State's playmakers had too much speed outside. I thought the trenches were too good when Ohio State's O-line was, healthy and playing well. I like Penn State better against Oregon than I did against Ohio State.
Penn State's defense is elite. Elite. One of the best in the country. I'll say the same thing that I said about Texas. If Penn State wins a national championship, it is because of their defense. I just look at Oregon offensively and I say, well, where's Penn State's Tez Johnson? Like, where's Penn State's Evan Stewart? I know that Penn State has a solid 1-2 punch at the running back position with Katron Allen and Nick Singleton. But in the pass game, it is Tyler Warren and who else? Like, if I'm Oregon, like, that's my game plan is we do not let number 44, Tyler Warren, beat us. We do not let him beat us. And look, it might be easier said than done, but this is a solid Oregon defense that's top 10 in college football in scoring defense. I just think pound for pound, Penn State does not have the offensive horses that Oregon has. And that's saying a lot because Penn State has the talent offensively, but it's more in the run game and with Tyler Warren. There's not that speed and physicality on the outside in that receiver room that I feel like Oregon has and has incredible depth with. But I think it is going to be a super, super close game. I think it's going to be fairly low scoring. I'll say Oregon wins it on a walk-off field goal 20-17.